I'm currently heading to Dumbo to shoot photos of this winter storm we're having here in New York City. We don't get a lot of snow here, so it's nice to take the opportunity to photograph it when we do. Along the way, I'm going to be telling you guys all the tips and tricks I know about shooting photography during winter, so let's go. All right, I just got to Dumbo. It's not snowing as much as I'd hoped. I think most of the snow has stopped at this point. I was a little too late. That being said, it's still super cold, super slushy, and it's just a moody New York City vibe that you want to get in snowy photos when you're in New York City. Right, I've only been shooting for maybe 10-15 minutes so far, and it is cold. I don't think you can hear it right now, but the wind is blowing, especially as I get closer to the water. It's definitely a slushy mess. I've almost slipped a couple of times, but let's talk about a couple of tips to shooting photography in cold temperatures in winter like this. The first tip I have for going out and shooting in winter conditions like this is be prepared. Have all your gear ready beforehand. Don't choose to go out last minute like I did. Have your clothing prepped beforehand. Make sure you have hand warmers if you're going to need them. Make sure you have a wind buff, which I forgot because I wasn't prepared. Being prepared for winter weather is going to make the experience of shooting photography in winter weather so much better. Right as I was shooting over by the water, there was a guy waving around two lightsabers. He had his phone out. He was trying to take photos of himself. Super dark. You're not going to get good photos on the phone. I was happy to go up to him, take some shots of him. They came out really cool. It's always nice to do that. When you're out shooting photos and you can help someone get a better photo than they could with their phone, you might as well ask, have them DM you on Instagram and send them the photo later. It always makes their day. Another important tip, which kind of goes into being prepared, is having the right gear. If you're going out in cold weather, make sure you have a nice pair of long johns, a nice pair of gloves. I really like the PGY Tech photography gloves. I've been using them for 2 years now. I've got a whole review on them. Also, make sure you have things like wool socks, good boots, anything to keep you warm and out shooting comfortably will keep you out shooting longer and helping you get better photos. Another important tip is to keep moving your body. You don't want to stay stagnant. A lot of photographers like to sit in one place and aim and get the perfect shot, but when you're in cold conditions like that, it's often not easy because when you sit still, your body gets colder. If you stay moving and keep walking, your body's going to stay warmer and you won't cool down and you'll be able to stay out longer. Alright, now that you know how to stay warm and shoot in the cold properly, what should you be looking for in your photographs? Well, that's not really my job to tell you, but some things I always look for, and this is whether it's cold or not, is light. A good light source, especially at night, can make or break a photo, so that's something you should always have your eye out for. The other thing is, how does the cold conditions change the photos? If there's snow on the ground, how does that snow make a photo look different than if there was grass on the ground? And how can you use that to your advantage? If you can use that to your advantage, your photos are going to look more unique than if it was a normal day, and that's what you're aiming for. I was just taking photos of an ambulance at a stoplight with the snow coming down, and they turned the lights on. That was awesome. All right, I feel like I've gotten decent photos so far. Not my best work, but they're fun and I'm glad I came out. I do wish there was more people walking around to act as subjects. There's some really cool lighting around here, but I'm just not finding the subjects in that lighting to make use of it well. But you're never gonna win them all, and you can always go out and have fun regardless of the photos you get. And the last tip I have for everyone is know your limits. Know when it's time to go sit in a coffee shop for a half hour, get a coffee and get warm. Know when it's time to call quits for the day. You don't want to overexert yourself and you don't want to hurt yourself. So with that, I think it's time for me to know my limits and head back. For now, go out and shoot some photos. Thanks for watching.